Welcome aboard to the Around the Ballpark podcast for your Thursday night, April the 9th. Back with you live just 2 days after we had our last podcast. We had that rare Tuesday night podcast. Those of you that watched along, thank you for being there. And Darren, tonight's going to be a lot of fun. Those of you that saw the thumbnail, we're going to have some fun with the most funny, awkward, hilarious Major League Baseball names of all time. So do you have, without doing any research or anything, do you have any that you instantly, like your mind instantly went to?
Yes.
Yep. Awesome.
Don't you hate that? You interview somebody, they give you one word answers. You're like, yep. Dude, we're doing a podcast here, man. We need a little more. Of course. You know,
Yes.
like, and some of them won't be on our list, but like Oscar Gamble. And then you feel like you say pause and go, maybe. You know, I don't know if he made gambles. And with the Mets,
Now,
Rico Brogna. Love that name.
yeah, like some don't have to be hilarious. Like some can just
No.
be like, oh, that's cool. That's unique. You know, did you get the document that they sent you by chance? Okay.
I didn't open
That's
it
just,
yet.
okay. It's just there in case you want
yeah.
it. But before we do what we do, all that good stuff, a heads up again, this Sunday night, we're going to have Elites Wrestling Conversation on with us. Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So make sure if you're a wrestling fan, you're here for that. We are just over a week away from WrestleMania 42 weekend. So there's a lot to talk about, and we'll just kind of get to know him and his talent a little bit. So super, super excited for that. But Darren, as always, we got to give a shout out to our proud sponsors over at Nashville Tax Solutions.
You know, I don't know this as a fact, but I'm pretty confident of this. There are many who are worried right now unnecessarily because of the deadline that's approaching. April 15th is literally days away. You need some help? Right now, pick up that phone. Call Nashville Tax Solutions. Chris Bennett and his team are there for you. You know, people have told me, you know, whether they did it 9 months ago, whether they have, 4 dependents, no dependents, 1099, whatever the case may be, they're there to help you. You have liens, they're there to help you. You need to put in an extension, they're there to help you. You're married but filing separately, they're there to help you. Chris Bennett and his team target in on your exact needs, and they make it happen for you in a very positive way and give you the outcome that you deserve. So if you're interested, and you should be, call 855-627-4829. Visit NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. Or if you just want info, email info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. Nashville Tax Solutions, real people with real relief.
Thank you. And I'm pretty confident that Chris is either watching live or will be watching tomorrow morning on his way to work. So thank you, Chris, and all that you do. And I know that these last few weeks have probably been a lot much more stressful than the rest, but we're getting that much closer. So I'm glad I took care of mine back in February. I thought late February was waiting too long, but couldn't imagine doing it just now. But Darren, so I mentioned tonight.
I love your list. I love your list.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I want to do something different. So those of you that watch, we've done the whole tier ranker, which we'll do time and time again. So much fun with that. We've also done where we kind of type in and all that good stuff. But I thought for this, Darren, for tonight's festivities, why don't we make a baseball roster draft where the two of us can field a team and draft a team based on these wacky names. So let me see if this will work here. If I can, let's see here. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's see. Okay. This might take a minute because I wasn't sure if this is going to work off the top or not. So bear with me. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
All right, so not sure if it's going to work with toggling back and forth, but we'll do the best we can. But I made a little draft sheet here for us with pitchers, position players, outfield, all that good stuff that we're going to have some fun and fill in. Now, truth be told, I probably don't know 97% of these people, but we're going to have fun with it anyway. So would you like to have the very first pick in the 2026 draft of whatever some sorts you want to call it? I don't know what you want to call the thing.
We're going to go by position?
Yep, we've got positions on there. We're going to just fill out a roster. Here we go.
Hey, look, for me, first base, you need to have royalty. Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder, okay.
Yep, you need a Prince.
Need a Prince, that is for sure. It's not a bad pick. So your squad's got Prince Fielder. So there you go. Quick question: as I toggle through, are you still seeing the same screen, or are you seeing the top 10 or top 100 list?
It says all-time funny names, pitchers name, and then blank lines, and then infield. I see
cool.
the draft.
Okay.
Yep.
So when I go to these other ones, okay. All right. So I'm gonna go. I'm looking here. I'm gonna also start with a name that is synonymous. I'm not going to go too funny just right off the bat. So I'm going to take one of my first pitcher here. I'm going to go ahead and take Goose Gossage.
Love that name.
Goose Gossage. Yes, he was. What do you call it? Awesome. Okay, so you are up. You get to fill in whatever slot you'd like to fill in here for your team.
At second base, ladies and gentlemen, Pee Wee Reese.
Pee Wee Reese.
Love that name. Is it a candy? I don't know. Is
it
a person? Maybe. Can you call him Pee Wee these days? I don't know.
And
but you know what?
There was a Pokey Reese as well, correct? I believe.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
And there was a Piggy Tuscadero in Happy Days.
There was. Yep. Names. Short. I get it. Okay. So looking at my list here, some good ones. So many good ones here. All right, you can't go wrong. Man, okay. I like chicken. I don't know if you like chicken. I like chicken. I like my poultry. Poultry's good. Chicken Wolf of the Homestead Grays. I'm going to take Chicken Wolf. He was a pitcher with the Homestead Grays, and so I think he is my guy. And I said pitcher, correct? Did I say that? Or are we sure I said the right thing? Okay. All right. So yes. So Chicken Wolf is off the board, Darren. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, that's okay. But you know who I'm going to take? You mentioned him on Tuesday. So you know who I'm picking. And I don't know because I lost his baseball card during the war. But he sounds like something that you would need like a swab and some aspirin. Stubby Clapp in the infield, shortstop. Stubby Clapp.
Yes, and I'm making a quick correction. I had my poultries mixed up. Chicken Wolf is actually an outfielder. So
yes, he is for the Homestead Grays.
Yes, making the quick substitution there. Don't want him pitching. So there you go. Okay. So you got Stubby Clapp. Position was
infield. We're gonna put him at shortstop.
Okay. Why not?
So listen, I want you to understand. Let's review. We have Pee Wee and Stubby playing right next to each other. I love that. But they're both playing for a Prince.
Yes. Yep. Now, I feel like, did Prince Fielder have a shorter career than most? Because I feel like
who? Prince? Yes, he got injured.
Okay, so that's what it was.
Stubby Clapp lives in Savannah, Tennessee. Wow, I did not know that.
He embraced it, and his actual name was Stubby, who wasn't like a nickname. So
look at that.
Actually, his name. Yep. Okay.
Ooh, I don't think he's still around. I'm glad he is.
Yep. All right. Let me think. So many good choices here, Darren. Okay. I'm going to go. Nothing says baseball player with a name like you want a name that with some gusto, you know?
Sure.
So there was an outfielder that played for various teams, and he went by the name of Buttercup Dickinson. And I think he is the right fit for my squad. So I'm going to go ahead and take outfielder Buttercup Dickerson is on my squad.
I think that's a wonderful name.
Yeah.
You know,
and he is right there with Chicken Wolf. So he's, now hopefully he can play center field.
All right. Well, why not? He can. Don't you put any negative juju his way. He's a positive person. Okay, so let's recap. At first base, I got the Prince. Second base, I got Pee Wee. And then shortstop, I got Stubby. So you mentioned him also. Who's my third baseman? Pokey. So we have Pokey, Pee Wee, Stubby, and Prince. Yeah. Don't judge.
Probably a lot of errors in this infield.
Yes. And you know what? Never will win the tough man contest.
Now you've got your infield on lock. I mean, it's already full there, so that's awesome. So, seeing this, I kind of have to really think about some things. And I think when I think of, I'm a Met fan, obviously. Last time we won a World Series, 86. And you think about all the stuff that's happened. Like recently I was watching Seinfeld the other day. It was like season 1. And I'm like, man, this episode's so old. But the Mets had won their last World Series like 7 years before this episode aired.
Wow.
But so you go back to 86, you think of the Boston Red Sox, and you think Oil Can Boyd. Boyd. Yes. So he will be my number 2 behind Goose Gossage in the rotation.
Let me see something else. Hold on. So I'm going catcher next. I need to be really linear. I was going to pick one, but I just want to look at somebody else here because I got one that most people will probably think, right? Because they're noticing. But I think that so I was going to pick Buster Posey, but I didn't. All right. Why? Because we have the guys in the infield, right? And look, do you think playing infield is very tough? Oh, I like that, Chipper Jones. Do you think playing infield is very tough? Yes or no?
Not for the team you have. You have some studs out there.
Yeah, but you know what? They get tired every once in a while. So, they probably need a cup of coffee. A nice, cool Gerard Saltamichaka. Who played for the Boston Red Sox. Jared Saltalamacaka. I remember watching him play, and I still can't pronounce it. So he's in your tier 3 if you're looking for him. For those kids playing at home, Jared Saltalamacaka.
Now he's your starting catcher, correct?
Yeah, and you know what? You put that with a little bit of whipped cream. Wow, unbelievable! Yes. It's delicious. A wonderful coffee. A little foo-foo, but all right. Let's do it.
Let me move this a little bit more this way. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you took the guy off the board, so I got to rethink my whole system here.
Of course.
Okay. I'm starting to build a really good rotation.
Ooh, Stubby Clapp.
I've got.
Did you read this?
No,
Stubby Clapp. Look at that little Pete Alonso action. I remember that now that you said that.
Let's see. What do we got? Stubby Clapp is the one that tackles Peter. That is okay. Okay. So
I love Chipper Jones too much to make fun of that man.
So now, okay. So I've got a good rotation. I've got Goose Gossage. I've got Oil Can Boyd. But you need someone to lock this rotation down. You need someone with a strong foundation. Almost. Did you ever watch the episode of Seinfeld where it was the 2 days before Christmas and George's dad had his special holiday? Do you remember that specific episode?
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes. And do you remember the item used in said episode to make Festivus special?
A pole.
Yes. And what better way to solidify this rotation than Mr. Dick Pole? Dick Pole is in the rotation at the number 3 spot. Yes.
Yeah. It's just so many jokes. So many jokes that'll stay where it belongs. This is a kid-friendly show. So, so I am just so motivated by you right now so I'm going to pick my first outfielder.
Okay.
We'll put him in center field, because we have Dick Pole. So you know who I'm picking in the outfield, right? Man's man, Pete LaCock.
Okay. Which squad was he on center field for you? Okay.
We'll put him in center field. Pete LaCock. Hold on. And by the way, that was his real name. And you know what?
Do we know which tier this stud
I'll find him. He's here. Oh, you have him. Yep, number 68 in tier 7.
Okay. Got it. Okay. 7th round pick. I like it.
Now, by the way, you want a fun fact to blow your mind?
Yes, I'm ready.
You and I talked about his father. For those of us who are watching us, do you remember who Pete LaCock's dad is? I know my brother knows this. Tom, our brother knows this. And you should know it too. Why? No, you shouldn't. But you'll be shocked when you find out who his dad really is.
I do not know.
Famous game show host of Hollywood Squares, Peter Marshall.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's really his dad.
You knew that right off the top of your head?
No, I really did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
By the way, Pete LaCock.
Yes, got him on
for
there
the
now.
Cubs. Played for the Cubs.
Getting back to my squad, I've got a good outfield, but it's missing. Sometimes when you go to like Moe's or places like that, you got to have extra protein. And so I've got Chicken Wolf, and I've got side of Buttercup Dickinson, but you can never have enough chicken. And thankfully, there was another outfielder named Chicken Hawk, and so Chicken Hawk will be my right fielder. Yep.
And he's quick. Right. If your name is Chicken Hawk, you are fast.
Yes. And I think he'll be a good fit for right field. So my outfield is on lock. That is, they're not having a lot of days off. Let's just put it that way.
No, I got to tell you something, because Ed, right? He's probably the best GM from a couch anybody ever knows. And so I'm taking his pick, because here's the thing. Let's just recap. You got Dick Pole catching, right? So if you got Dick Pole catching, you have Pete LaCock in center field. You need a pitcher who is named Tug McGraw. So, Tug McGraw is one of my pitchers. Yep.
Is he your starting pitcher?
No, he's not my starter. He's a reliever. He's my fireman, as the kids used to say.
Okay, so let me put him a little bit further down there. Yeah. There we go.
Because if you got Dick Pole and Pete LaCock, you need a good Tug. That's what I'm saying. So Tug McGraw.
Yes. Now, those of you, I just got a message that someone said they only see 2 of you and none of me. But I think it might just be a refresh on your end, because everything is looking correctly on my end. We are a little bit smaller than usual, but that's because we have this screen up on this, doing what we're doing. So, but keep looking to your left. You should see the both of us. So, okay, going my squad, and my squad is starting to really fill out, and I've got a good outfield, Darren. But what I don't have is a 4th man, and I need someone that, on the rarity that one of those 4 outfielders can't play, he can come off the bench and do magic. And so this is where Johnny Dickshot has come in handy. He's going to be my 4th outfielder. Great player, outfielder for the Chicago White Sox, which they could probably use him right about now.
Yeah, you probably could. and definitely. So,
Yep.
what was that name again?
That would be Mr. Johnny Bench Spot right there. Yes.
There it is. Yep. All right. You got that.
Now he's probably a little bit upset that he's not on your team
Right.
to be with Pete, but he'll be okay.
So I'm thinking, what do I want? Okay. Now, look, I got to pick another outfielder, right? And, I am a Met fan. So, I got to go with the greatest name ever, Mookie. Mookie Wilson is my left fielder and an all-around great guy. A good egg, as the kids say.
I love that name, too.
Yep.
You know what you're going to get with him. So can't go wrong there.
No?
I don't have an infield yet. I'm just saying I might be in trouble.
Oh no, you got plenty here.
Yes. All right. Thinking about things. And I saw his name in the chat, but I think I still need another pitcher before I feel too confident. So I'm going to go with Ed's suggestion there. I'm going to go with Dizzy Dean. Dizzy Dean in my rotation.
That is a great, that is a great pick. And do you remember what his brother's name was? Seriously.
It could be anything at this point.
No, his real brother was named Daffy. So there's Dizzy and Daffy, and they were on the same team.
Okay. Well, he's still available. Okay.
But he's not my pick. I am closing out my outfield. All right. So then all I'm going to have is some more pitchers. But in right field, I know you're saying, hey, we need somebody from the Pittsburgh Crawfords. So I know. So I'm here to help. And I just love the name. We all know this name. Cool Papa Bell. I mean, how great of a name is that?
Papa
Bell.
I love that name. It's nickname royalty.
It really is
listed here. It's amazing, and no disrespect to Coco's Krispies, he's another good one.
Yeah.
But and he probably will find his way on the list.
He's more of a morning guy.
Yeah, what I like about Cool Papa Bell, he's a good player all the way up until 3 a.m. I think he.
Yes.
So. Yep.
Exactly.
So okay, I have to put an infielder on my team. I really do. I think it's time to make that happen. And you can't go wrong. Now, this name was an infielder for the Texas Rangers. Sounds like you've all know the name Dorn from Major League. It just sounds like he sounds like a third baseman. So I'm going to put Bump
I
Wills
got you, Dorn.
Bump Wills gets the third base spot.
Love that. Bump. A little bump. Got to bump my fist. Fist way bump.
Yes.
So, you mentioned Buttercup Dickerson, right? And it made me want to pick from the Detroit Tigers somebody who's very, very close to Buttercup, and that is Icebox Chamberlain. Cool under pressure. So you got a cool Papa Bell, and you got Icebox Chamberlain. Come on, we love that. We love this.
And
hey, Mike,
he would fit in rotation with the Tigers today like a glove. He really would. So I'm going to put him in your 3 spot because why not? There he goes.
Yep.
Icebox Chamberlain right there. Okay.
And how many pitches am I supposed to have? 5 or 4?
Yes. So you still have 3 spots for pitchers. And your bench spots could technically be a pitcher as well because,
Gotcha.
Got to show love,
Yep.
All right. So still need pretty much of an infield here. Definitely. I'm going to take my one safe pick. You didn't take him earlier, so I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to put Buster Posey on my list. He's going to be my catcher. So gotta love the 3-time World Series champion, I believe. Don't need all that. There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
And he's a GM now. I mean, you gotta love him.
Yep.
So let's see. So look, we got cool Papa Bell, right? We got the Icebox. and so Vita Blue. I just love that name. It's not funny. It's just cool. Vita Blue. He's my
You need to
pitcher.
have cool in there as well. Yep.
Yeah, he's cool.
From the Oakland Athletics.
Yep.
The Blue. Okay, let's get him on there. Let's make him official. The Blue. Okay, he is official. Yep. Okay. Man, so many good choices here. All right, I feel bad, Darren. I feel bad.
Why?
Because there's someone I left off the list, and I made him upset with me, and now he's gonna have to be the fifth man in the rotation. I promised him the 2 spot.
Yeah, I remember that. I was there.
But yep, so sad.
He's sad. Oh, he's just sad.
We'll get through it. You're up.
Where is his name here again? Okay. This name I love, and I loved his nickname because his nickname was actually real. So anyway, the next is a pitcher from your favorite team, the St. Louis Browns.
Yes, of course.
Mordecai Brown.
Yes, Mordecai.
Shoeless Joe.
Mordecai Brown.
Now, he was called Three-Fingered Brown because he only had 3 fingers.
Yes.
On his pitching hat. And he threw a heck of a curveball because of that.
Yep. That's why he's in your 2 spot. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's a good friend with Pete Lecoq.
Yes, well, clearly everybody was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Shoeless Joe Jackson is. You know what? I mean, hey, we love crowd participation here on the show. So because of your guys, I'm going to put him as my designated hitter because
I love that.
Shoeless Joe Jackson makes the squad. And let me move this over here. Okay, so he's on my roster. Hopefully I did that legally. Hopefully there was nothing illegal about me having Shoeless Joe Jackson on my squad. There he is. Okay.
But you know what? He's a good friend of Sad Sam Jones. So like that.
Yes. Yep. And I still don't have an infield, by the way. I have 30 positions.
You will.
Yes.
Now, so I wanted to pick somebody else. So I might pick him as a bench player. But right now, just I find this fun. And for my pitcher, number 1 pitcher, sounds like a hockey player. Can you really be the number 1 pitcher with a name like Grant Belfour? That's a hockey player's name. Grant Belfour sounds like a goalie in hockey.
Yes.
Playing goal, Grant Belfour. Not a pitcher, but you know what? I'm going to put him number 1. Why? I don't know. Because that's why.
Sounds like he'd be on the Colorado Avalanche. I don't know why.
100%. That's
the team I'm thinking. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So, okay. I like that one a lot. I do. Now, okay. So shortstop. I need a shortstop. And when you think of shortstops, many people, they think, Ray Ordonez, right? I mean, he's the GOAT, or Jordani Valdespin, these just all-time great shortstops. But when I think of a shortstop, I think of the great UL Washington of the Kansas Celtics. Now, he was not this is not a college, ladies and gentlemen. This is an actual name, UL Washington, shortstop for the Kansas City Royals, makes my list. He is on my team. So UL Washington.
So when you think of UL Washington, in the dugout on occasion, he just had a toothpick in his mouth. Right.
Yes.
You just know. You just know. And you know what? The world is better for it, I think. Anyways, so and really, and so what do I got now? How many bench players do I get?
3 total. 3 total.
So I got 3 more to go, right?
Yes. But while you're thinking, I
Go ahead.
thought let's just throw a fun picture up on the screen for those that need a face to the name. Earlier, one of my picks, I want to show you guys Mr. Buttercup Dickinson right there. Just
There he
shout out
is.
to Buttercup. Yes.
There he is.
Okay.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
One more time for those in the back right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. Mhm.
Yep.
Look at him.
Okay. You are up.
Oh, I love that. you know, you know what? Look, Buttercup is awesome and a snazzy dresser. And how much mustache wax was he using? My gosh, that thing could have poked your eye out. You know, but is he as good as a Joan Figgins? Like, see, you want a guy like Joan Figgins to steal your base late in the game. So he's on my bench.
Not a utility for your bench, correct? Okay.
Yep, yeah, he's a bench guy, infielder.
Joan Figgins of the old Angels, right? Okay.
Yep.
Good choice. All right. So I need a first base in a sec. What I'm going to have to do here, and there's Slim Pickens, and I wish that'd be great if there was a Slim Pickens. All right. So first base, second base on the table. Okay. I mean, clearly this is the way to go. Hopefully he plays first base, but when I think of the great first basemen, so many great names come to mind, Darren. Like who's one right now? I say the word first base. Who comes to your mind?
Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso. Okay, fair, very fair. So for me, really thinking about this here, I have always been
PJ.
yes, right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So many jokes.
You've been an Expo guy. We had Danny Gallagher on the show before, so we got to give some love to the Expos. Mr. Razor Shines is my pick.
I love that name. I love that name, Razor Shines. You know, and when I hear that name, you know he's fast.
Yes.
And like I would name my thoroughbred Razor Shines, right?
Yes.
Coming up on the
Absolutely.
inside, Razor Shines. And it's a great name. And you know what? As you said, for our friend Danny Gallagher, wonderful author, has a new Montreal Expos book out, by the way. Look, I love the Expos, and I love that you're giving them love.
Got
so
to.
that's wonderful. Yeah, so here we go. Where is it?
So you have to review. You have a designated hitter, a utility, and then 2 bench spots, which could be pitchers or hitters. So you got 4 picks left.
All right. So one of my bench spots will be a pitcher. All right.
Okay.
Because if
Fair.
you got Razor Shines, I gotta have and DeCole's out there, Pete Lecoq, got PB Reese, we got Stubby, right? So we gotta have Cannonball Titcomb.
Yep.
And if you remember, he played for the Boston Beans.
Yep. He did. If we only had a way. Oh, there he is. There's the guy.
Oh, New York. Love that.
New York Giants. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that old pitcher's area. Not even a mound.
What a good pick. What a good pick. A steal.
No, you need look.
Steal.
I think we all know this, right? Every staff needs a good Titcomb. That's what I'm thinking, right? He's there. He's going to settle things down. I love it.
Love it. Oh, there he is. Boston Bean Eaters. Okay. Oh.
Listen, I still love Chicken Wolf. I mean,
you got to.
That was his pledge name in college.
Yes. Chicken Wolf.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy that just didn't get enough love,
No, I know.
Chicken. Gotta love Chicken Wolf.
I mean, what an oxymoron, Chicken Wolf. That's like.
Now, do you want to see Chicken Wolf? I can show you some Chicken Wolf.
I would love to see him.
There's Chicken Wolf right there.
Oh, look at him. He's all like, hey, look at me. Hey, ladies.
All right. I got to fill out my infield.
Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly.
All right, I'm going to fill out my second baseman spot here. I have to. You know what? No, I'm going to skip that for now because there's somebody who is a little bit better than who I was going to choose. So I've got to put this person on my team, and I'm going to have him put him as a utility here. But this guy is awesome. He's so many adjectives to describe this handsome gentleman. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe him. There's real no way. Those of you that might have remembered him, WWE WrestleMania 1, Mr. Paul Orndorff, if you remember him. Yeah. But yes, we're talking, of course, about yours truly, wonderful, terrific Mons. Terrific Mons right there is the man. He is the pick. Wonderful Mons. Wonderful Mons. There we go.
Listen, you know what I love? His parents gave him positive from the jump. Gave him positive feelings, positive affirmation. You're wonderful, Mons.
Yep. You know, wonderful. Yep.
I love that. You know, and you know who else? You know who else's parents gave this a wonderful kind of name that's very positive?
What would that be, sir?
That would be. Well, I can't pick them. I can't pick any more pictures. Else it would be Boof Bonzer, but I'm not going to do that because why would you name your kid Boost? Hold on, where is it? So they have two more, right?
I believe. Let me double check. So you have a DH, a utility. So you have three more: DH, a utility, and a bench.
Okay. So you had wonderful, right?
Yes.
So my guy, who I'm picking, right, and I'm picking him for my utility player from the Detroit Tigers. You know, and his parents are more very sedate, stoic. Like you had the wonderful guy. So who do I have? Nico Goodrum. Yeah, you're good. Good. Not great. You're Nicky Goodrum. I'm good. Go.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. And he is for your utility, you said? Okay.
Yeah. He what they do is they manage his expectations. Just be good.
So, right. That's all we ask. Now, don't know if you know this, but Nico was a very good friend, college roommates actually, with the gentleman who I'm about to take as one of my bench spots. And you know, when you think of all-time great pitchers, you can't leave this man out of the rotation. Mr. Pickles Dillhofer is got to be on your roster.
Yes.
Shout out to Pickles. Yes.
I love Mr. Pickles. You know. Now, wasn't he the brother of Tommy Pickles from TV's Rugrats?
Yes. Yes. Clearly.
Clearly.
But hey, good news, folks. We were able to get a shot of Mr. Pickles right here.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Pickles Dillhofer.
Pickles Dillhofer. Love that. You know, that sounds like such a, like, he's working in like Candyland, right?
Yes. Now you only get 2 picks left, so you got to make these last 2 count. Okay. Some great names up there.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's so funny because some of these names I want to say, but I saw them playing. You know, like, look. All right. You ready?
I love that there's in the tier 4, there's a few current Mets and Yankees on the list. I love
that. Yeah, well, you know, I am going to pick this one. It won't make you laugh, all right? But it's just like one of those names that, you know, Bump Willis from Texas.
I unfortunately have taken Bump. He was.
Oh, you took him already. Oh, that's right. Yeah, see?
Yes.
This is why you write things down, Redmond. And I'm talking to myself. Yeah. So, ooh.
I know. It's a heartbreaker right there.
Listen. I have to pick an outfielder, right? Because I only have 3, and if somebody gets injured. And I already got, look, I don't want to make the joke, beat this joke to death, but, we had Dick Cole, we had Dick Hall, we had, we're tugging McGraw, we got him, we got, Stimpy over there. What is it, Lemon Stimpy? No, we got Pee Wee Reese, so you got to go with somebody named Heine Manush. If you listen, Heine Manush. You gotta love that name, You
love the name,
tier 6, yeah. And by the way, look, who's if a man named Heine can't back you up, nobody can.
Now, he would clearly be your. I'm assuming your designated hitter. I would say.
Yes, why not? Why not?
Yeah, okay. All right, so I got 2 choices left here. We got a second baseman and a bench player. Okay. So there's a lot of different ways I can go. A lot of different ways. A lot. But I'm not going to go those ways. After checking all this stuff out, okay, well, all right, I like this one. He's a catcher for the Atlanta Braves. So I've got to show a little bit of love to the Braves. So I'll put him as my final bench spot. Mr. Biff Pocabra. Mr. Biff Pocacabra or something like that. Yes, so Biff. Biff gets the last spot on the list.
Listen, and
I still haven't drafted a second baseman, ladies and gentlemen. So
earlier in his life, he was terrorizing Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, but Biff turned his life around
and started playing a good catcher. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's very nice. So, like with me, so I have 2 left, or 1 left?
Yeah, 1 left. Yep. So a lot of good choices.
Well, here's the thing. You and I love movies, right? Ed, I believe, likes movies as well. Is that Sweet or Dill? I don't know, but it's not a Gherkins. But listen, so you and I both like films, right? So coming off of the Gone with the Wind set after a long, hard day is Brett Butler. I mean, come on, that just sounds like somebody from like a Southern movie.
Now, so Brett Butler is going to take your bench spot, correct?
Yeah. Brett Butler. Yes. He came riding into town and he got Scarlett O'Hara. Brett Butler.
Oh, right. I like it.
I like my team.
It's a good team.
Backed up by Heine. I'm good.
Okay. I think for my final selection, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many fun names here with a lot of talent, but I'm going to pick the most wacky. They haven't covered this particular name. I saved this for the end. This is the most ridiculous, the most wacky, the most out there, the most just joyful name I've ever heard in my life. And this isn't just for baseball. This is any professional sports. So my second baseman, your favorite and mine, Mr. Matt Smith. There we go. Mr. Matt Smith.
Love that name.
Mr. Generico.
You know what that says? My parents aren't even trying. Like you figure like this guy, Matt Smith, let's go. I mean, come on. Put a little something into it, right? I mean, why don't you just name your kid Vanilla Cheese? I mean, it's just not a very spunky name.
No,
so nothing there.
Nothing there. So looking over this, I mean, okay, so let me make this a little bit bigger so we can review before we. Let's see here. Okay, see if this will work. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I like my team.
It's a good squad. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
So.
And he's a hell of a goalie.
Yes. So we've got Goose Gossage up against Grant Balfour, Oil Can Boy, Mordecai Brown, Dick Cole against Icebox Chamberlain. That's a good one right there.
That's a tough one right there.
Dizzy Dean and Vida Blue, and then of course the matchup with the Southpaws, Tug McGraw and Sad Sam Jones.
I think Sad Sam has to win that one. I'm just saying.
He has to. Yep. First base got Razor Shines up against Prince Fielder. Matt Smith and Pee Wee Reese, Stubby Clapp from the UL of Washington, University of Washington. There we go. Bump Wills and Pokey Reese. And now, Darren, can you break down the outfield for me real quick? Because
playing in left field, right? Is Chicken Wolf
Yes.
up against Mookie Wilson?
Yes.
Chicken Wolf, Mookie Wilson. W's are involved. Just Mookies and chickens, and we love it. But you know what? Not to be outdone is Buttercup Dickerson and Pete Lecoq. You can't make this stuff up, my friends. You can't make it. It's real. Like, I don't know, but listen, I didn't even notice this until I'm looking at it right now. You look at you. You have chicken to the left, chicken to the right, and a Buttercup in the middle. Look at that.
Yeah.
Chicken Hawk.
Yep.
And Cool Papa Bell. Cool Papa Bell doesn't care because he's Cool Papa Bell.
What a great outfield we both have there. Like legit superstars.
Yes. And you know what's funny? Seriously, about our catchers, they probably played against each other. You know, Buster Posey and Jared little Silvanalaka Chocho.
Yes. Yes.
But no, because I think he played for the Marlins.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he did. Who did he play for?
Marlins, I believe. Yep.
Yeah. So, and I can't pronounce that name. I'm just can't do it. So, and I look, the shoeless Joe Jackson against Heine Mandush. So, weird name. Okay, I don't know. But I like Wonderful Mounds. We all like Wonderful Mounds, right?
Yes.
And we like a good run. So, doesn't that sound like a great night, right?
It
You start out with some good rum, you end up with some Wonderful Mounds. It's just nice. It's very nice. And then look, why not? You can have, one is a great night, one is not a great night, right? Great night, Johnny Dickshot. Right? Love
Right.
that. Bad night, Sean Figgins.
Yes.
Right? I just sad. But you know what? Go ahead, do the rest.
I just think of all the trouble and the ruckus on a bus traveling from, I can see a trip going from the south side of Chicago all the way up to Pittsburgh, and just Cannonball Titcomb and Pickles Dillhofer just getting in all sorts of trouble on this bus. Both those individuals. And then, of course, you got Brett Butler and the Biff Pocacabra
Yes.
rounding out the bench. So if you did not get drafted, ladies and gentlemen, never feel. Cocoa Krispies, we know you're there. Rusty Kuntz, we know you're
Use
there.
that too? Yep.
Yep. But that's okay. You couldn't make our squad, but AAA is there for you. So this was a blast. I don't know who was watching. Doesn't matter to me. This is a great time. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Mike. A lot of comments in there. So getting to keep with all those. Are those nicknames or their real names? Yes, those are all actual legit. They're real names. The whole thing. Yes, Ozzy. Somebody needs BJ Upton. He just I guess he would go on my team with some of the players I got, but so let me close this part down.
Why do you think Sam was sad?
I think
He was a
I
Met fan?
feel I do. I feel like he's a Met fan. He just had a rough childhood, and
Yeah.
I think he got on the team because they felt bad for him. He really didn't earn the spot, and so he just kind of stands out. So the poor guy.
So I know we're going to leave now, but I need to ask: any movies in a week?
So we are going tomorrow. This is another. It was like the first 2 weeks had a very easy schedule. So we are going tomorrow. Let me tell you what we are seeing. So because I forgot off the top of my head.
He reaches back to the couch.
Yeah, right. So let's see. Tomorrow, the movie choice of the day
Mets
is
lose.
Mets lose. Really, McLean was fifth when I came in here, so that makes me very sad.
It does make me sad.
I guess the bullpen fell apart there, but I don't know for sure. I guess we'll find out. I am seeing A Great Awakening tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Ooh, I know nothing about that.
So I don't know if that's a newbie or what, but yeah, that is tomorrow's movie. So I'll keep you posted. It says it's a drama.
I went to a movie today.
Okay.
It was pretty good. You'll see my review tomorrow. No, it was actually I was concerned that it'll be like a clone of Solo Mio because it also takes place in Italy, called Me, You, and Tuscany. But
Mhm.
it was a really good rom-com. It was very, very good. I
Was it
enjoyed it.
cool? Was it a cool movie?
Yeah, it was good. It was cool.
No.
Papa Bell.
Yes.
Come
Just had to throw that
on,
out
look
there.
at that. Yeah, look at that. Love that.
So you saw that today, and then was that released today, or
It's technically releases tomorrow, but you know how Thursday night,
yeah?
so they we close. Look, I live in Cape Cod, right? So night is 4 in the afternoon. You know,
Mhm.
it's just
Yes.
I really by 6 o'clock at night. It's just everything closes by 6:30.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it
Um.
was good. It was good. And then I went Monday to the mystery movie.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that thing was fantastic, and it was a true story. And what was it called? Ice Cream. It was a true story.
Ice Cream, you said?
I believe it was Ice Cream. Shame on me for forgetting, but let me go look this real quick. But oh no, it's called I Swear. Ice Cream. I Swear.
Okay.
And it's a true story about somebody in the 1980s who is a heck of an athlete, and then 14 gets Tourette's, and
Oh.
people think he's faking, and he gets made fun of. And it was a great story. It's a true story. The actor was phenomenal, and it just brings people, you know,
And
Tourette's
I,
is tough.
I'm trying. Yeah, because what is the typical? Is it like a couple weeks after when you see that? Because it's not usually the very next week, right? Usually it's a few weeks
About 2 weeks
after.
after.
2
Yep.
weeks after. Okay. We've been getting a lot of the Telugu spoken with English subtitles, like a different movie every
Right.
single week. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Um.
Right.
So, but folks, thank you so much for watching. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I just got a message. We left out the best baseball player name. I don't know how this happened. I apologize to this guy, but I'm gonna give him some love right now. He didn't make our list,
Got
he didn't
to.
make the team, but you got to give him some love. So good player. Career batting of 0.97. But he was number one in my heart, number one in your heart.
Mhm.
Mr. Sparky Poo. Mr. Sparky
Oh, I
Poo.
love it. Listen, there he is. He's wearing pants. You know, I love Sparky Poo. You know, and that's a good uni on him. He looks good.
He does
looks
with the
good.
Orioles orange. Yeah. I like it.
Yes. Look, he looks vibrant, you know. I mean, he's smiling. He doesn't have that painful look like he just passed a kidney stone. You know.
Yep.
Look at him. I think he's good. I love
It's
it.
good. Yep. So,
And I
That's
didn't
okay.
know he's lefty. That's good.
yep. I mean, you should look at the pitcher instead of the photographer, but that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll look past it. So, thank
So
you guys. So,
It's like a
So
bad
much.
post you get at Spencer Gifts.
yes. Mets lose 7-1. Oh my goodness.
What
in the world?
happened? McLean was throwing a good game.
Please let us know in the chat, even if it's after what the heck happened, because that's awful. Now you have a split with Arizona instead of taking 3 out of 4.
And so they go from first place to 7-7.
So they were 7-4, so I think they're now
7-6.
7-6. Great.
Good night. We love you too, Ed.
You as well, Ed. Thank you so much for having fun with us. At least we had a couple laughs. You love Smokey Poo.
Who doesn't?
Yes, great player. So until Sunday night, you're going to want to make sure you're here Sunday night. Like I said, awesome guest. It's going to be so much fun. Looking forward to that. Not sure what's going to happen, but it's going to be a blast. So make sure you're here. Until next time, Darren, we'll see each and every one of you around the ballpark. Bye, guys.